Hey, my love. So today is June 11th of 2026. Happy birthday, Warren. It is your 18th birthday. Um, I honestly, words can't even, I can't articulate the words that I want to say here on this video. I so desperately want to give you the biggest hug in the world and just tell you how proud I am. You have accomplished so much, and I'm so grateful that you've gotten to this day. I have prayed from the moment I was pregnant with you to even this morning, even just an hour ago. Just praying for you, your personality, your purpose, your plan, or maybe better said, God's plan for your life. You may know this already, I don't know, depending on how life is rolling right now for you, but I did attend your graduation last night, but because you hadn't turned 18 years old yet until this morning, until midnight last night, I did not feel like I could be in a position to go up to you and give you the biggest hug ever and tell you how proud I am of you, and just to be there, not only in spirit but also in person, so that you could see that I knew, so that you could see that nothing was going to stop me from this day in your life, graduating high school, and then of course turning 18. Like, it honestly, I kind of feel like everything was a God plan. It was in God's will, because your graduation was supposed to be the first week in June, and then because of snow days and other things that happened, actually I think it had to do with the school. It didn't have to do with snow days. It had to do with the school and the teachers taking their their time off, if you want to call it that. And so they had to add days, and then they changed your graduation a whole week, and then your graduation, for it to come the day before you turn 18 years old, and then to be able to be here for your graduation and be here for your 18th birthday. God is so good. He's so faithful, and his favor is incredible. I got to see you from afar. I got to take pictures. I got to take videos. My best friend came with me, and we were able to just like capture things that I know will forever stay with me, and I know will forever stay with you, regardless of how you might feel about situations right now. There's going to be a time, and I'm praying that it is sooner than later, that you're going to reflect on your life, and you're going to reflect on all of the circumstances, all of the choices that you had, but a lot of the choices that you never had, that they were taken from you, and you'll be able to reflect on that. I don't want this to be a Debbie Downer. I don't want this is your birthday today. I prayed about going to your house, but I didn't feel like the Lord called me to that, and I have been warned by other people regarding how much your father, well, I don't want to, I don't want this video to be like a Debbie Downer or anything like that. I don't want there to be controversy, so I'm not going to get into the particulars, but I want you to know that when you are ready, please reach out to me, and I want to connect. I want to give you your birthday gifts. I want to give you your cash. I want to give you your graduation gift. your graduation letter, which I'm about to read to you right now, but you have a birthday letter. I want to give that to you. Your birthday gifts, cash, graduation gifts. There's so much I want to give to you. And I'm hoping and praying that I can give those to you in person sooner than later. Because obviously I'm not going to stay here in Moses Lake area for super long. Yeah. So, yeah, my message to you is I really hope and pray that you reach out to me. My contact information is down below in the description. You'll find my contact information. And I would be honored, but I also want to give you time and I want to give you space. And hearing from others who know about your situation and know about your dad and his family, how do I say this? I'm looking forward to you reaching out. I love you. I have never stopped loving you. And as your Auntie Anne put it, and I actually thought it was super funny that she put it like this, but she, on Facebook, she said I had made a post about your birthday. And she said, happy jailbreak day. So, I mean, it is now to a position, to a place that you have choices. You're 18 years old, Wyatt, or Warren. Wow, I just called you your brother's name. You're 18 years old, Warren, and you get to make choices for you. And I understand. I was in a situation once in my life where I was under extreme coercive control. Probably not as bad, but it took me a while. It took me a while to break out of it. It took me a while for the anxiety to settle down and for me to understand I have autonomy and I have choices. And those choices, those decisions I make are good, and that we can actually make good choices and good decisions apart from others telling us what we can or cannot do. And it is so healthy and it feels so freeing. I think that's probably the best part about it, is how freeing it feels. So with that being said, I don't want to go on for like forever, but I do want to read you a graduation letter that I had written to you. So I'm going to read it to you. I'm also going to hand deliver it because I don't know if you're watching these videos. And by the way, real quick disclaimer for those of you who have never watched my videos before and you just stumbled upon it, probably the best thing to do is read the description down below. It'll give you a very brief, like literally it's like the period to my story, but it'll give you a brief backstory to why it is I record these videos. They're from both my kids. One of which is my daughter, and she's 14 years old. And then I have a son that just turned 18 today. And we have been alienated, like completely cut off from each other for 6 years, which is crazy because we are in the United States of America. And I would have never thought that this was legally okay to do. Even parents who are in prison for heinous crimes get visitation with their parents. So like, or with their kids. The kids and the parents get visitation. So for this to even be constitutional or legal is beyond me. But actually, yeah, there are remedies. There are things that can be done, but that's not what this, right now, this is not what this is about. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and read you a letter, Warren. Okay, I have it on my computer, so I'm just gonna read it as we go, and hopefully the lighting is okay right now. The sun is starting to go down. Okay, it says, Dear Warren, congratulations, my sweet boy. 18 years. I can hardly believe I'm writing those words. Graduating from high school is a tremendous accomplishment. There were assignments to finish, early mornings, late nights, practices, disappointments, victories, friendships, and so many moments in between that helped shape the young man that you are becoming. I hope you pause long enough to recognize what you've accomplished and be proud of yourself. I truly hope so, Warren. I know I am. But if I'm to be honest, I'm not proud of you simply because you graduated, Warren. I'm proud of you for who you are. I have been proud of you since you ever took your first breath. I remember listening to classical music while I was pregnant with you and wondering who God had entrusted me with. I would think about your future, pray over your life, and imagine the little boy that I would someday meet. Then you arrived and everything changed. Okay, I found some better lighting. Being your mom has been one of the greatest privileges of my life. If I had the chance to do it all over again, knowing every joy, every challenge, every heartbreak, and every unexpected turn of our story, everything that it would take, I would still choose you, Warren. Every single time. And because Clara may be watching this video, I didn't put it in the letter, but Clara, I would still choose you every single time. I remember volunteering at your schools and loving any excuse to sneak a glimpse of you during the day. I remember homeschooling you and the adventures we had together. Bible class, Jewish studies, learning through books and through life itself. I remember Speakers for Jesus. Do you remember that, Warren? Even Clara would come with me. And watching you stand up with courage and confidence to speak about Jesus. I remember breakfast dates at McKay Cottage, especially those silly wax glasses that you would make around your eyes, and it would make me laugh. I remember riding bikes to the park and through the old mill, stopping to play along the river trail and enjoying the simple gift of just being together. I remember swimming and hot tubbing as a family after dark. I remember roasting marshmallows around the fire and seeing marshmallows mysteriously disappear. I knew exactly who the culprit was, but I decided some things were too sweet to interrupt. I remember taking you to swim lessons at Mary McCool's house and later bringing you along with me when Clara learned how to swim. You were patient and you were encouraging. I remember the giant hole that you dug next to the swimming pool and pump house because you were determined to build an underground shelter. Most kids would have given up. You didn't. You worked hard. You kept going and believed that you could figure it out. You taught me something about determination, Warren. I remember planting vegetables and fruit in the garden with you, watering them, waiting patiently, harvesting them when they were ready. I remember watching you hold your baby sister's tiny fingers in your little hands. You would sit beside her for what seemed like hours, simply admiring her. You absolutely loved her. You were protective of her. One memory stands out so clearly, Warren. You came and warned me when Gavin had closed the bedroom door alone with Clara. You were paying attention. You wanted to keep your little sister safe. That made me incredibly proud of you, Warren. You were a protector. I remember your dances and your skits with Clara. I remember hearing laughter fill our house. I loved listening to you play with your friends, whether it was slime creations on the glass table outside by the hot tub, Minecraft adventures, hide and seek, or games only your imagination could invent. Your creativity never stopped. You were never afraid to try something new. You weren't afraid to imagine what didn't yet exist. I was constantly amazed by the ideas that your mind could create. I remember how much you admired your older brother Wyatt. I remember hearing about the brother date where he dressed you up in a suit and took you to dinner. I think that was the first time that maybe you had tried clams. I still laugh thinking about it because I personally have never understood the appeal to chewy bottom feeders. Yuck, by the way. I remember the two of you hot tubbing together, jumping on the trampoline for what felt like forever, and chasing each other around the backyard. You loved deeply, Warren. I remember mountain biking with you and taking you to summer mountain bike camps. I remember skiing together with you. At first, there was ski school. Then suddenly, there wasn't much that you were afraid of, or even afraid to try. You skied all over the mountain with your dad and me. You were brave. You were adventurous. You were confident. Some of my favorite memories were the days that it was just the two of us. We'd ski for hours and then take long breaks in the lodge eating a huge plate of nachos. Do you remember those? Pizza, drinking hot chocolate. They have the best hot chocolate, by the way. Talking, laughing, and even people watching. Sometimes I'd pack our own food and we'd sit downstairs content, simply just being together. Those moments, they were special to me, Warren. I remember when some classmates treated you unfairly and acted as they were too cool for you. I watched how you handled it. You were courageous. You were forgiving. You continued showing kindness. I remember your responsibility. Keeping your bedroom clean, taking care of Harley. The first time you held her at Rob and Lori's house, I knew that you were completely in love with that puppy. You used to say, Harley protects me. Okay, the sun keeps shifting. Let's see here. You adored your puppy, Harley. I'm sure that you still do adore her. I remember your tenderness towards our cat, Cassie, cleaning up after her, caring for her, holding her. Do you remember that your cat, Cassie, used to knock over vases of flowers on our kitchen table and the water would spill and then she would play in the water? I don't know if that's a side note. That wasn't in the letter, but I do remember that. I remember your wonder at the elf on the shelf and all of the magic that you believed possible. I remember your pride when you learned to swallow vitamins instead of needing me to crush them and mix them up into applesauce. You were brave enough to try, and then you encouraged Clara to do the same. I remember Costco trips. I don't know why they were so fun, but they were. Maybe because I started taking you there as a baby and pointing at everything and teaching you new words and new ideas. I simply loved being with you, Warren. I remember baking competitions with you and Clara. I remember the special dinner that you kids made for your dad and me, complete with tickets, decorations, dessert, and a dance performance afterwards. I remember you helping me sort doTERRA essential oils. I remember you encouraging me to record YouTube videos. Your entrepreneurial spirit had started way back then. Buying Pokemon cards, opening them up ahead of time, resealing them so you could do reveal videos on your YouTube channel. Do you remember that, Warren? Even Clara would do them with you. It was the cutest thing. You were clever and creative and full of initiative. I remember camping trips with the Kirsch family, watching you kayak, watching you fish for hours. The fish rarely cooperated, but your determination never wavered. I remember your ice bucket challenges. I remember you trying to convince me to participate while I chickened out. If I had known how precious those little moments would have become, I would have dumped the bucket over my own head in a heartbeat just to make another memory with you, Warren. Warren, if there is one thing I hope you carry into adulthood, it is this: you are deeply loved. Not because of your accomplishments, not because of your grades, not because of athletics, not because of success, not because of what you can offer to others. You are loved because you are. I have always loved you, Warren. I always will love you. As you step into adulthood, I hope you know that your life has purpose. I pray that you would be a man of integrity, a man who is kind, a man who protects those who are vulnerable, a man who stands up for what is right, a man who works hard, a man who forgives, a man who remains humble enough to keep learning, a man who walks closely with God. I pray that when life is confusing, you would know where to anchor yourself. I pray that you would know that God sees you, God delights in you, and has never, never, ever, ever lost sight of you. I pray that you would never doubt your worth, Warren. I pray that you would have courage to ask difficult questions and wisdom to seek the truth. I pray that you would laugh often, adventure boldly, love deeply, and build a life marked by compassion and integrity. I am so, so, so very proud to be your mom, Warren, and I would love the opportunity to celebrate this milestone with you. Included with this letter, and you're going to get some gifts. I'm going to talk about some of the gifts right now. Actually, maybe I'll skip some of this. Might skip some of the gifts. Just because I want the gifts to be a surprise when you get the letter. Let's go down this. You are an adult now, Warren. You get to decide what relationships you pursue and what pace feels comfortable to you. I simply want you to know that I would love the chance to give you a hug, Warren. Be it as short and brief or as long as possible that I can hold you again. I'm gonna cry. Hand you these gifts in person, hear about your dreams for the future, and celebrate the incredible young man that you've become. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the top of my heart for letting me be your mom. Congratulations on your graduation, Warren. Wherever life takes you, never forget this: you have always been loved. You are loved right now. You always will be loved. With all my love, Mom. I love you so much, Warren. I am so proud of you. Clara, I miss you. I also wrote you a letter, and I might read that on here tomorrow, depending on if, I might. I will pray about it. But I'm going to close in a prayer. Father God, Lord, I come to you in the name of your Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. Father, I thank you for this opportunity, Lord, to even be here, to be in the same area, the vicinity of where my children are, where they live. Lord, I feel the Spirit of God. in this situation, because I know you have never meant, you never wanted this separation between me and my children. So I thank you in advance that you will make a way that we will be able to connect. Lord, I ask you, bless my children, bless Warren, bless Clara, in your son's name, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. I thank you, Father, in your name, amen. I love you guys. God bless you. I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the camera. I love you. Bye.